Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Centre, and today we have a gaming smartphone that's in need of a new display. This is an ROG Phone 3. You can see it's cracked, so we're gonna replace it. Let's go. So right here you can see the screen is badly cracked, and you can see it clearly in the right angle, and there's no denying that this is in need of a new display. So David will perform the operation right now. So the Asus ROG Phone 3 is a gaming smartphone. Gaming smartphones tend to have very beefy components inside. You have a stronger CPU, you have GPUs that can play 3D games effortlessly, you have different layout, but this ROG Phone 3 is kind of a traditional gaming smartphone that still resembles standard layout. You can see here we're gonna remove this aluminum block. There's two screws attaching it to the housing. There's some thermal paste for the GPU and of course the CPU. So we're gonna disconnect it. We also have a very big battery in the middle of the device, which is essential if you're gonna game on the go. Next up, we're gonna remove the broken display by prying it off, like what we did to the back cover. We're gonna slowly do it. Although this display is not gonna be reused, we're gonna dispose of it properly. But we're gonna start off on this area where you don't see any connectors. So the display always connects to the main board with a flex cable. So we're starting our prying off on the part where you don't have the cable and slowly work our way, slice through the adhesive. It's pretty tough. We have sped up the video just to keep the video short, but it still took a while for David to completely remove this broken glass. And there you have it. We're gonna put that to the side and clean up the housing. There's some residue from the old glue and of course shards of glass left behind, so we're gonna scrape it off. Make sure we have a clean surface for the new display to sit on. Also the corners, if you dropped your smartphone or your tablet on the corner, there's a high probability that that corner might be bent. So David is also fixing some corners here, pushing it out so that it doesn't form unevenly around the new display. More cleanup. It's very important, this prep work, for the entire repair. So if you have a gaming smartphone and you dropped it, or you rage quit and you threw it against the wall and it broke, don't hesitate to message David here. He does a lot of Asus ROG phones, even to the latest ROG 5. And this one is relatively older, so he's already familiar with it. But with the ROG 5s, especially on the most recent versions, there's a lot of things that you can't DIY. This one, maybe you can do it with the proper tools and the proper technique. And if you watch lots of YouTube videos about fixing this specific smartphone, but I suggest that you go to a professional so you don't damage other crucial components that can affect the performance of your smartphone. You might snag a few connectors, rip it off, and that's going to be another part to hunt for, which is kind of more difficult compared to just finding a replacement display. This is our replacement display. We're gonna route the connector through that slot so that it can connect to the main board at the back. We're gonna position it properly. Then there you have it, the connector goes around the back, and then you fold it, press it in. We are gonna reuse the thermal paste. We haven't touched it, so it's still good. The thermal paste is just like your computer CPU. It dissipates heat on that heat sink that we removed a while ago. This one, it's more than just an ornamental piece. It's also crucial for heat management. So the problem with this one is the battery is also toast. So David is just testing it with his own battery. As you can see here, the ROG Phone 3 has 2 battery charging port, USB Type-C ports, one on the side and one at the bottom. But the client is in a hurry, so we're just gonna show you the final product with a test battery that we have here in the shop. But this one, it will be needing a new battery in the future. I hope the client comes back to us for another check and another service. But so far, the main concern, the display is already working, but I think they won't be able to use this as normal because of the battery issue. Still gonna put a free tempered glass on this one so that it will survive another drop. Hopefully it won't be dropped hard again, that it will crack this display. So that's it. I hope you like this, guys. Like and subscribe. Always share this to someone who is in need of a screen replacement. And we'll see you again next time. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Centre. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.